The oceans cover more than 70% of our planet. We imagine them as vast, endless ecosystems, teeming with life and movement. But beneath the surface, a silent and invisible phenomenon is expanding. There are massive regions in the ocean where the water is completely clear, yet absolutely nothing can survive. No fish, no coral, no microscopic life. They are expanding voids in the deep blue. Scientists call them hypoxic areas, but they are more commonly known as ocean dead zones. These are massive underwater regions completely stripped of oxygen. If any marine life swims into these zones, it suffocates within minutes. Welcome to Anime Atlas Tour. Today we are opening a critical environmental dossier to investigate one of the most baffling and rapidly growing anomalies on planet Earth. What is creating these massive dead zones, and why are they suddenly appearing along the coastlines of the most developed nations in the world? To understand this global anomaly, we first have to understand the science of hypoxia. How does an ocean run out of air? It starts with an unnatural explosion of life. When massive amounts of specific nutrients enter the water, they trigger a hyperbloom of algae on the surface. These microscopic plants multiply at an uncontrollable rate, creating a thick green blanket over the ocean. This blanket blocks all sunlight from reaching the aquatic plants below, stopping the natural process of underwater photosynthesis. But the real problem begins when the algae die. As billions of algae cells sink to the ocean floor, they are consumed by bacteria. This decomposition process acts like a massive underwater fire, rapidly burning through all the available oxygen in the surrounding water. The result is a total ecological reset. The water remains, but the ability to sustain life is completely erased. But what is feeding these unnatural algae blooms? The answer is not climate change. The answer is industrial agriculture. Over the last 50 years, global farming has scaled to unprecedented levels to feed a growing population. To achieve this, industrial farms use millions of tons of synthetic fertilizers. These fertilizers are packed with extreme concentrations of nitrogen and phosphorus. When it rains, these chemicals do not just stay in the soil. They are washed away into local streams, which flow into major rivers, and eventually, they are dumped directly into the ocean. We are unintentionally feeding the ocean the exact same high-power growth chemicals we use to grow our crops. The algae absorb the fertilizer, multiply exponentially, and the suffocation cycle begins. This is a direct chain reaction, connecting the food on our plates to the expanding dead zones in the sea. This is not an isolated local issue. The intelligence map shows that these zones are expanding globally. Look at the Gulf of Mexico. Every summer, a massive dead zone forms exactly where the Mississippi River empties into the sea. This river drains the agricultural runoff from millions of acres of farmland across the United States. The resulting dead zone is sometimes larger than the state of New Jersey. Similar massive zones are expanding in the Baltic Sea, driven by the intense agricultural sectors of Northern Europe. Along the coastlines of Asia, rapid industrialization and agricultural expansion are creating new zones every year. The global economy relies heavily on coastal fishing industries, which are now finding empty nets. The expanding hypoxia is forcing marine life out of its natural habitats and creating economic strain on coastal communities worldwide. The phenomenon of the ocean dead zones is a stark reminder of how interconnected our planet truly is. A fertilizer used in a field thousands of miles inland can ultimately suffocate a coral reef in the open ocean. The global map is changing, and the blue parts of our world are quietly losing their breath. If we do not rethink our industrial runoff, these invisible voids will continue to grow. The environmental dossier remains open. If you want to continue uncovering the hidden mechanisms of our world, hit that subscribe button and join Anime Atlas Tour. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Can modern agriculture and healthy oceans coexist, or are we approaching a tipping point? Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next investigation.